Yeah, man. But hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Mark the Protege. We are live here with another episode of the Overthinkers podcast. Hashtag the OT, where we got to ask ourselves, do we think too much about it or not enough about it? I am here with my co-host,
DJ Mo CD. What's good, people? What's good?
And my boy Carlos, the best sound man in the game. What's good?
What up, what up, what up? That's the first time I've heard that one, man. Best sound man in the game.
You hear that?
Yeah,
That's your Christmas gift. Merry Christmas.
Hey, Merry Christmas.
Speaking of which, Merry late Christmas to all you viewers out there.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yes,
it
sir.
was Christmas,
yes, sir.
man.
It was just last Thursday.
100, man. We got some very special guests in the building. Another moment where I just got like some really cool people that I actually like. Right. It's kind of hard to even say guests. I love it. I think that's the benefit of me being an artist is that like the people that I get on here are people I already fuck with. So it's like just genuine conversations. Right. So we got very special guests in the building. Fam here. My boy Slowseph and my boy Skooma. Yo. Super Houston producers in the game.
Yes, they are.
Making their name. Getting hot up in the city of the H. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Slow, how you feeling?
Man, I feel good, man. Just here chilling, you know what I mean? Shit, I appreciate you having me over here.
Oh, no doubt, man. No doubt. Yeah. Skooma, how you feeling, man?
I feel pretty good. I'm happy to be here.
Nice.
This looks like really cool. I'm excited.
Appreciate it, man. That means a lot coming from y'all because like y'all done brought your own gear and shit. Y'all are like the sound guys of the sound guys. So for you to actually like compliment the studio here, man, that means a lot. And I'm pretty sure my boy Carlos appreciates that more than anything.
For sure, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Spot, for sure.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Randomly says yes.
Yeah.
Yo, man. So y'all enjoy y'all's Christmas? Enjoy the holidays so far?
Shit, it was good, man. Shit, my daughter got what she wanted.
Beautiful.
Okay.
That's all that mattered to me. You know what I mean?
Beautiful.
Really, all my fans, so we good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Skooma, how was your holiday season, man?
It's been pretty good. I mean, just been spending time with family, and I feel like that's kind of what's like important right now.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how 2020 put us or COVID, all that shit that happened, everything that went down in 2020 put you in that position, and it put people in like a weird situation for the holidays. It seems like the overall Christmas spirit, Thanksgiving, and all that kind of died a little bit.
It did,
but
it didn't even feel like Christmas.
Yeah, like I guess like that whole I don't know, something about the vibe changed.
Of course,
you know, it wasn't the same this year. It wasn't at all from social media, everything. You know, but I think what a lot of people were focused, you know what I'm saying, had to do was deal with what was there in front of them and actually enjoy that time. Right. And I think that kind of should be like the best gift you can get on Christmas, you know, like you hanging out with your daughter and getting that quality time, you know, everyone just really hanging out with their inner household family, you know, the people that are there after them long shifts you work, yada, 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 you know, once you go take a break from making the beats, you know what I'm saying, you go in the crib and, you know, whoever's there is there. I think that's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah,
you know,
it is.
So that was super dope. Mo, how was your holidays?
It was good, man. Again, worked, but I'm on vacation again, so.
How the fuck does that happen? You have been on vacation for the longest.
Boss.
Appreciate it, man.
Hey, man. Hey.
Is it earned credits or is this something that you just put in? You put in the word and it happens.
It's hey, I would not.
Mo,
be
were
here.
you fired and just haven't told us?
I'm running out of vacation times. Nah, man. It's I will not be here next week. I see y'all. And then okay. That's it, man. Don't ask questions.
That's dope, man.
Nah, but yeah, man. But it was cool. Yeah, I bought more gifts than I expected. My niece, it wasn't her first Christmas, but I spent, you know, got her what she wanted, and not necessarily what she wanted, what she needed, maybe some other things, and then I got my mom a Keurig coffee thing or whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, coffee thing. So yeah, man, it was cool. Then I spent money on myself. Oh my God, it was hell trying to get, but I got the brand new Xbox next generation. I'm gonna get the PS5 too. So anybody want to holler at me on 2K? He already know how I am on 2K. He know what's up. So anybody else?
I mashed on you.
You didn't.
Easy money.
You did not.
Easy
but anyway,
money. Go take Mo's money.
Nah, that ain't easy money. But yeah, man. So splurged on myself a little bit, and that's pretty much it. That's it. So.
That's dope, man. Well, I'm happy
Yes,
for
sir.
you.
Oh, yeah,
and now you're gonna end the year. You know what I'm saying? We don't say where you're moving to, but
now
you're making some transitions and you're moving
in
around.
The process of moving and
beautiful.
But it's all good. Yeah, it's all good. So
beautiful, man. Nice way to go into the new year.
Hell yeah.
Carlos, how was your holiday season?
My holiday was great, man. It was split into 2 days. You know, first day, 24th, I hung out with my dad.
When the Mets can celebrate
we had
Christmas Eve.
You know, shit. Growing up, we didn't like we were Mexican, but my dad married this woman whose birthday was on Christmas Eve, so she wasn't with the everyone gets presents on my day shit.
What?
Yeah, she really wasn't.
What?
Yeah, she was kind of selfish that way. I was like, you a grown ass woman talking about now I guess presents. Anyways, though. Anyways, and so yeah, had a good one over there. Had some family time with my dad. I don't really get to see him that often. He has a weakened immune system, so our visits are few and in between.
Right.
But it was a good one. And then I hung out with my mom on actual Christmas. And shit, that's who I really spoiled this year. We got her a TV and a couple of shoes that she wanted and shit like that. So yeah, me and my brother went in on that, and I got
her the red bottoms.
Got her the red bottoms. Yeah. And I got a case of beer out of it.
Nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good one. It was a good one. Like you said earlier, it's just family. Family is the most important. It was like not my nephew's first Christmas, but the first one where he's like a little person. Yeah. With like actual thoughts and words.
Right.
So we, spoiled him a little bit too. Got him a little Spider-Man scooter and shit. He was lit. Oh, that boy was lit. He said, the wheels light. Like, yeah, bro, the wheels. Oh my god. And then he opened up the Spider-Man. Yeah, he was lit.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's fascinating.
Yeah. That was
That's
sort of like my
fascinating.
niece. She's able to comprehend now. We bought her a freaking pony, little Rocky thing, and so she went stupid on that. So yeah, she's enjoying it.
Bro, what was y'all's favorite gift growing up, like as a kid, that y'all would say specifically y'all remember? Like, when I opened this shit, I was like the most lit kid when I opened the gift. That you can remember.
Man, I ain't received a gift in so long. That's just how it is in the hood, in the black community, dog. Once you hit that age, you ain't getting no more gifts. But man, shit, I think a bike. It was a Mongoose bike. I had opened up my dad bought a CD player because he knew, I always been into music, so he bought me a CD player, gave me some money, and I thought that was it. And then my mom pulled up with the Mongoose, and I just lost it. Yeah, because I was really into, back then Tony Hawk was the shit, so BMX and so
X Games and all that.
Yeah. So I was like, and then it had the pedals and shit, so I thought I was finna go out here and just do a 900 and shit. Yeah, so. Yeah, I think it was the Mongoose bike.
Mongooses were the truth, man. Yeah. I remember I got my favorite gift that I can remember that I was lit and I was turned up. The movie Little Nicky. I know we talked about Adam Sandler not too long ago. I got these toys that were from the movie. It was Little Nicky. You're familiar with Little Nicky, right? The Adam Sandler movie, where he's like the son of the devil.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Fucking up. It's on Netflix though. You should watch it.
You should try it. It's funny. Adam Sandler.
They turned this guy into a tit head, and he has like titties on his head and shit.
That was a classic.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So I ain't seen it in a while.
So I got Little Nicky on the AC vent. Oh no, on the heater. And you like press a button and he's like saying devil shit as he sleeps.
What the fuck? They had toys like that?
Yeah. I don't know why I was given that.
Well, we wasn't no bitches back in the day.
Like,
man, you know what I'm saying?
Our toys could have titty heads.
Yeah, we didn't flip out.
I got tit head. I got tit head as a toy.
Toys like that. Like,
no, but I'm saying they can make stuff like that back then.
Yeah.
Shit.
They still do now. It's just
they do.
now like even like toys that aren't specialized for this shit. Like it's mainly adults buying this shit nowadays, bro. Like it is less and less. It's for the kids. I used to work at a CVS, and motherfuckers would go in there with kids. And just like, can I get this? No, but this motherfucker had like 3 wrestling toys on My Little Pony. I'm like, bro, you are a grown ass man, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is sad. That shit is really sad.
It's funny because like when I go to stores,
not the act of collecting, just the act of your kid wanting a toy and like you're like, no, but I bought 6 for myself and I'm not gonna open them.
Dog, when I go to like you know what I'm saying, Walmart or Target, and I see like those pop dolls or whatever they're called, I'll be like, I don't think about a kid buying them no more. And plus, when I used to work at Best Buy, we used to sell them hoes, and it'd be like grown as adults buying them for collector reasons only.
Right.
And I'm just like, that's just the consumer of that. But yeah, I had the Little Nicky toys. I remember having tit head, and like you press a button and like the ribbons on his titties would like fucking go crazy.
What the fuck? Now thinking about it, I think I do remember seeing that shit.
And like I had the dog. He would like shoot a missile out of his dick.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Oh shit.
If you haven't seen Little Nicky, it's on Netflix.
I ain't had that.
I need to watch it now.
Yo, it's a great movie, man. And yeah, and believe it or not, so I came from a divorced household. You would think I would get these toys from like my dad, but my mom, I want to say it was my mom. My mom was the one that gave me those toys.
Oh wow.
And I was a kid. It's like, what the fuck? I didn't know what I was looking at the time either. You know, I just thought it was cute. It was funny.
I was also a child of divorce, and like my first 3 Christmases of divorce, my parents weren't working together. It was a competition. I love that shit. And my dad, the first Christmas of divorce, he bought some cheap ass wrapping paper that you can basically see through. And bro, I saw that Game Boy Color box. I saw it. Like I could see it through the wrapping paper. And like my dad was like, you know, if you touch the present, blah blah blah, I'm gonna take them back. So I couldn't let him know that not only did I pick it up, I can see through it. I know what it is. I was lit for like 3 weeks just waiting to open that hoe.
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice, man. So yeah, we here, man. We're here
dope.
on this beautiful day. It is Pimp C's birthday.
Birthday, pimp.
Happy birthday, Pimp.
Happy birthday to Pimp C, man.
Talking about-
Happy birthday to Pimp C. He would have been 47 years old today, man.
One time.
Let's go ahead and
Pimp.
take a
Pimp.
cheers to that one, man. Cheers.
Cheers.
I got water, by the way, but we still cheersing. Yeah, man. He would have been
what a
47
pimp.
years old, man.
What about y'all? Y'all's Christmas gifts.
Oh yeah, my
Oh.
bad.
Nah, man.
I'm so
Y'all's
sorry. I'm
childhood
so
gifts.
I'm
rude.
talking about the pimp. You know what I'm talking about? Nah, shit, man. It was, I mean, as far as I can remember, it was probably Legos or some shit, or probably
shit.
a Halo, because I was like a Halo fan at the time, and like I would get the little motherfucking Master Chief with the little Warhog thing. I don't know. It was all kinds of shit typical kids at that time would like, I guess.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
But nah, shit, it was pretty cool. I had good Christmases, you know what I mean?
Nice. It's
Tom.
an offside thing.
You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean? There'll be the years, will be good years, will be bad years, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Like anybody growing up and
Right.
you know
Most
what I mean?
definitely.
I feel that, man. Skooma? Anything
Shit.
that pops
Probably
into
like
your
an
head?
Xbox or something.
That's
Xbox.
fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Were you one of those that you got the first Xbox and then you got the Halo? I think Halo was the first game that came out, right?
Yeah.
I remember a lot
With
of kids
Xbox,
getting Halo
yeah.
for Christmas when
Shit, that was me
right.
for, like whenever my pops got me that shit, like for my birthday, like back in 2001. I
Yeah.
think that's when it came out. When the Xbox, I was really gonna get the PS2, but I guess they sold out, so all they had was Xbox or fucking GameCube.
Yeah.
So I was like, I just got the
GameCube
Xbox.
was the shit.
Yeah.
Gamecast was the shit. Nah.
Gamecast.
That year,
Gamecast.
that year GameCube came out was like the first year like my parents like started working together, and so I opened up GameCube games at my mom's house. I'm like, I don't have a GameCube. She's, oh, I thought you did. You know, sorry, I'll return them. And I go to my dad's house later and get a GameCube, but I was like, oh, I have all these. Wait a minute, y'all are working together now.
Yeah.
Now it's
You
not a
buy the
competition.
games and I buy the system.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Exactly. My mom thought I already had a GameCube, but
Yeah.
no. I'm gonna open it later.
Gamecubes were the shit, man. Where did I get Gamecast from? What movie was that?
Malibu
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
I got a Gamecast.
I got a Gamecast. The fuck is a Gamecast?
That shit was hilarious.
Man, that's beautiful to reflect on, man. But y'all should you should definitely watch Little Nicky when you get the chance.
Little
man.
Nicky.
Little
You ever
Nicky.
seen that movie?
It's on
Damn, bro,
Netflix.
that movie-
Classic.
Adam Sandler made some classic ass movies.
Yes,
Yeah,
man.
bro.
Hopefully, I could look through some boxes and try to find those toys, and I'm gonna bring them on the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Real quick for the 12 live viewers, make sure y'all like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, leave some comments. If you got questions for
Yeah.
Skooma and Slow Life, leave them
And
there.
let us
you know
know
what, I'm
what
saying?
you got for Christmas. Let us
Yeah.
know in
You know
the
what I'm talking
comments.
about?
Let us know how your holiday
Yeah.
was. We would love to
Yeah.
shout y'all out. We
Let
would
us
love
know.
to shout out your
And
family.
No matter what it is.
And your most lit childhood gift.
Yeah.
For
right.
real.
Yeah,
man.
just one though. I want to read your whole
Yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah.
I don't-
No,
yeah.
he'll read all of them. No, but yeah, man, show some love and share this, man.
Yeah, most
The
definitely.
Knopf is in the building.
Something about
Yeah, man. So
Let's get it.
it is Pimp C's birthday, and shout out to Pimp, man. Thank you for everything that you contributed to us. I'm
Most
curious. So whenever I walk into your studio and I go into the booth, I immediately see a few pictures of Pimp. You know what I'm saying? A UGK heavy influence. I want to say, what exactly did Pimp mean to you?
man, like Pimp, he was always been like the one that just spoke his mind, you know what I mean? And also not even just that too, like he was always not just always being straight up about everything, like he was also a dope ass producer. Like a lot of the beats that he rapped on were his beats or like his production, you know? Whether if it's the drums or the organs or little guitars here, you know what I mean? Whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like that nigga's he's really an underrated producer in our, you know.
He's
and
a
I look
fucking
up to him.
musician. overall. Like
He is.
he did it all, man. And
Even Bum B said he was just like the artist, but really like Pimp C, he was the music. So all the sounds that UGK made came from Pimp, you know.
like and all it was easy for Bun would say that, man, Pimp made it the easiest job for him because all Pimp had to get from Bun is a 16.
Yeah.
And I'm not just saying that just to down credit Bun,
Bun
but these
did.
are from his words. These are
Yeah.
his words.
Yeah,
Like he would say, Pimp handled everything. He handled the music, all that shit. And all I had to do was come with the coded 16s. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes 24s, like when you hear fucking murder, man, those
That's
verses
how
on them
feel.
hoes.
Like, I feel like Bun, he had all the bars and shit, but Pimp, he had the flavor. Like he had the, you know what I mean? Like the shit that keep, like, you know what I mean, the people going and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's sauce.
The
Yeah,
sauce, the drip. You know what I'm
and
saying?
and I think with that, man, I think that like you lean heavy on influence like a Pimp because same way he does it all, you do it all.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
I was on my way up here, you know what I'm saying? Well, before I headed up here, I had shared a video of you rapping and shit. So not only do you produce, but you also rap, you know what I'm saying? You're an engineer, you do all this shit, bro. So like I think a lot of that comes from you looking up to a Pimp C or whatever.
Yeah, man. Like, cause what I see nowadays is a lot of like Houston producers like starting to rap on their own beats, like Big King, DJ Chose, and also like a lot of them from the hood, like my boy Migo on the track. That nigga, he do everything too.
Shout out Migo.
Shout out to that Migo on the track.
Yeah.
But yeah, like really like, oh, I feel like artists or producers have an upper advantages if they do multiple shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not knocking out anybody else, cause you know what I'm saying. Like, but it's just like I don't know. Like,
More than one way to get paid.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
talking about?
And not only that, but you know how you should get on your beats. You know, it's kind of hard. And on top of that, I guess, I don't know about, I can't speak because I'm not a producer, but I'm pretty sure it is kind of hard to like tell a rapper like, hey, I want you to sound like this, but you are a rapper yourself. So instead of just like telling them how, or if it gets confusing, you just go in there and do it yourself and knock out a track.
Yeah.
You're like, this is how I wanted it done in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, shit,
You know.
it be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially like I guess being since I produce like my own beats and shit, like I would have to like have like little reference tracks, sing a little melody, a little mumble here and there and shit, and tell the artist like, all right, like this side, you should hit that hole, you know,
Yeah.
just replace the words with it or whatever.
Do you have any advice? I have a friend who's a rapper who's thinking about producing, and do you have any advice for those type of cats?
Shit, man, do it, dog. Like, do it. Cause
Yeah. Where should they
there's a
start?
lot. There's a lot of artists who are just like they want to get into beat making and shit, and they end up becoming like the coldest producers ever. You know, like this is was it Toby from the SWAT? What's his name again?
Toby.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toby. Like he has a homegirl, and she started producing at 25, and I'm thinking she's 28, 29, but she's cold as fuck now. Like she started off late when she was 25. You know what I mean? A lot of like people would be like, man, like I'm already too old to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Never
Like,
too old.
yeah, you're never too old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you feel the passion for it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And-
I always encourage it. You know what I'm saying?
And you save yourself a lot of money when
For
you just do a
real,
lot
you
of
do.
shit yourself.
You do, bro. You do. Trust me, you do.
Have you ever paid for a beat? Like as a rapper, have you ever reached out and paid for a beat?
I never have, because I always done, like I started doing everything all at the same time.
Yeah.
Producing, engineering, rapping. I started doing everything at the same time. So, like, I never really, you know what I mean? But shit, in my partners, shit, they on the come up, like, I would show love. I'll pay them for a beat. Even though if I don't use it, I'll probably give it to one of my artists. But,
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to that time, like, I'll show love.
That's super dope.
And
man.
if there's not like a sound you can make, you just instead of like outsourcing, you just figure out how to get to it, right? Or-
Yeah, like, cause like I collaborate with a lot of producers. Even my boy Skooma, you know what I mean? He's a dope ass EDM producer.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the coldest.
Boy
that
be
I know.
raving.
For real, you know what I mean?
I was gonna pull up on
That nigga
Skooma one
dope.
time, man, but it was like super late. You had this super late show. I believe I want to say it was in the group chat. I want to say Rolly pulled up on you. It was not that long ago, man. It was fuck. What's the name of that? Name a spot that you've been able to display your talent at. What's the name?
Rapture. Stereo Live?
Stereo Live, yeah. I was gonna pull up over there, but it was like super late. It was like after midnight or some
It was
shit.
an after party, actually.
Yeah. And I had work the next morning, man. But Jesus Christ, man, the way you ravers be going in and shit. How was that party, man?
It was pretty lit. I mean, I don't DJ a lot, but like the times I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's not really that difficult, to be honest. The difficult part is just getting up there and like having your own original music to like put out and stuff.
That's dope, man. Do you usually like do you stay sober in that time? Because that's a lot of partying going on when it comes to like raving and shit. These are people that want to go in and you know what I'm saying, have a good ass time and all that shit. I wonder if the DJ himself is feeling the vibe so much that he gets on their level, or are you just like focused and sober?
Do you know who David Guetta is?
Yeah.
There's a video of him like just fucking on some shit, probably like some Molly or some shit, and he's just like DJing, but he's like this, and he's just like staring out into the distance.
They gotta be on drugs, be touring like that shit.
I also have to imagine, like, it's like, especially for a guy like him, it's like it can be, if you take a moment to look at it, it's pretty surreal to like just look out and see all these fucking people vibing, you know?
Yeah.
In a situation like that, like a guy like him, I could also see, maybe it's not just a Molly, but sometimes just like the world hits you like, dang, bro, this many people want to see me do this type shit.
Yeah.
Or it could have been both.
I wonder if they wear earplugs.
Or
Because
both.
I know if I was touring like them, like I'll go deaf.
Yeah, for
Like hearing all
sure.
that music like all the time, like every day, and it's so loud as fuck. Like,
All that bass.
hell yeah. Like they gotta be wearing some type of protective gear.
Pretty
or
sure
something.
they are.
I think I got introduced to EDM music from what was it? I got introduced from
Yeah, I take one.
the Kid Cudi's track that David Guetta did, The Memories. All the
Yeah.
crazy shit.
Yeah.
Or better yet, that and probably like the Pursuit of Happiness remix that I think Steve Aoki did.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like on
That's
what
what
movie was
introduced
it?
you?
Project X?
Yeah, it was actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say it was the Steve Aoki remix. But yeah, man, that was my introduction to EDM
Okay.
and whatnot. And from there, I was like, okay, I fuck with this. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because we were just talking about how hip hop actually like fucked with other genres and got us to fuck with shit. Like
Yeah.
we're on our way up here talking about Jay-Z and Linkin Park, and like that kind of made me interested in what Linkin Park had going on, and then you go down a wormhole of just artists like that and whatever. So yeah, man, that's super.
That's kind of what happened to me with like Kanye and Daft Punk.
yeah.
That's what
shit.
I started listening to Daft Punk, and I'm like, who the fuck are these guys? And that's when
Off of Kanye or
off of Kanye
Okay,
actually, because I mean back then like
Off the
I didn't
strength of the
really
stronger.
exactly.
yeah.
I didn't really care about music until like I started like listening to like electronic stuff and like that future music, I guess.
When you say you didn't care about music, you mean like being a creator? Like you didn't?
No, just like listening to it. I just never listened to music. I feel like I
okay.
got into music kind of late.
Shit, me too, in a way. Well, really, like
Talking to the mic.
How old were you?
I always like listen to music, but like before, I never really care about the lyrics. I just like, man, that beat sound dope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just
We
pay
all
attention
do
to
that,
the
man.
sounds. You know?
Little did you know that, like, growing up, that's all that's gonna matter.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Because like nowadays, like all these like songs like make it sorry talking about fucking your bitch, you know what I mean? Like a whole bunch of sex shit. And little kids be saying that shit on TikToks and shit. Like that shit be wild. They don't know what the fuck they rapping about or talk about. They just
But that
like
beat's
because
fire.
it sounds catchy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So as a producer, how do you feel working with an artist like that?
I mean, shit, it's a check. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I mean, well, obviously, but like you know, outside of the the bag, like
Like,
'Cause it-
I don't
obviously
like,
it's something
I don't
you gotta
mind-
love.
I don't mind like you talking about like as far as
no, I
working
mean, I
with
know
a-
you're gonna do it. You know,
yeah,
you're gonna
like
do
work,
it.
working with a
'cause it's
female
job.
artist and it's talking about you know what I
or
mean?
anybody or anything.
I mean, this
like,
look, this motherfucker here has songs where he's talking about gang and all types
well,
of shit.
I mean,
And-
I
and sipping
ain't
lean
really
and shit.
talking about. I ain't really just necessarily talking about the content. It's just like, you know, well, yeah, maybe the content and then like how they approach it, like the swagged out rapper,
Yeah.
like the one who just you know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
He's trying-
like,
he's trying
how
not
I
to say
feel,
mumble rapper.
Like if it jams, it jams. You know what I mean? Like I feel that about all types of music, no matter if it's mumble, no matter if it's lyrical.
So
no
like
matter-
if you get 10 mumble rappers, you don't never be like, oh fuck, like.
I mean, shit. I mean, there be moments where it's like, damn, you know what I mean? But
As long as that money don't
it's all
mumble.
a part. It's all a part of the job as an engineer.
Of
you know
course,
what I mean?
of
Or as
course.
a producer, like,
Yeah, I guess
because
so.
because you're not paying me to like your song. You're paying me to make it sound good on
Absolutely.
every playback device. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? Like I give you my opinion. My honest opinion, I'm not gonna bullshit. Oh yeah, sounds good. Like nah, like I'll tell you, like man, I think you should redo this. You should redo that. You know what I mean? and that's like I guess my producer instinct kicking in because as an engineer, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't give a fuck. Like,
Right,
just
right,
recording,
right.
you know what I mean? But a producer is like the one who's like, all right, like I don't think you should do it that way. I think you should do it this way. I don't think you should say that. I think you should say this right there. You know what I mean? Like,
were you always that way? Because in my experience, sometimes producers they hold their tongue a little too much.
I mean, it depends on the artist. Because some artists be like, nah, like I know what I'm doing. You know, like fine, like
You going
know
off
what I
their
mean?
energy.
Like that's your song. You do what you want. You know what I mean? What
yeah.
it wants to sound good to you. You know what I mean? Like I'm just doing my job. You know. But
and on top of that, you want the best to come out of them
because your name is on it.
yeah, exactly.
your name is on it, and you want them to feel like they. I don't know. Me personally, I'm a fan of the engineer and the producer telling me
Feedback.
how
course.
how I could do better. It actually makes me want to book them again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's times I'm recording with him. I'm like, please let me know. Like, stop me mid recording and say, hey, do this if it's whack. Let me know if it's whack so I can, you know what I'm saying, take my time with it.
Especially like when you know, like if you know like who's been through this before, it's like okay, so like this isn't just some fucking producer giving me like hey, here's what I like this guy's been in the booth with some real fucking people, you know what I'm saying? He has a real opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, like I say, it's like you're protecting your craft and your brand.
Yeah, like you know what I mean. 'Cause my name on it, but it's different. I guess what I'm producing or what I make if I make a beat. And you're rapping on that beat, like of course I'm gonna want the L to hit. But if I'm just engineering, recording, I'm gonna get my input. But then again, if you're just gonna be like picky, I'm like, you know what I mean? It is what it is. Your track, I'm just getting paid for it.
You ever?
Like, I don't care about getting royalties because it's not my beat. It's not my production.
And that's
you know what I mean?
that's what I wanted to ask. You ever like hear some shit like a beat and you're like, oh, you bought this?
Right. Or like, I heard some. And it's like, damn.
It ain't no slow mix.
I mean, shit, it is what it is. Wherever the artist, you know what I mean?
One thing I take, like, especially when I used to follow DJ Khaled a lot. DJ Khaled, he always said there's a difference between a producer and a beat maker.
Yeah.
You know, and
difference.
you know, so you know, I'm guessing
He said that for his sake.
Well, I guess so. I mean, I like DJ Khaled. I like DJ
He's
Khaled
in the
in
screaming
production.
his name phase of his career now. He ain't
Of course.
producing. He's engineering a lot.
Well, yeah. I
technically a
mean,
producer.
he said this, you know, this was an old, you know, thing he had said. And, you know, from there, I was like, I understood what he meant. You know, a beat maker is really kind of just going to make a beat, throw it out there, you know, ain't going to give too much input. And I think that's what, I think it was Snoop, either Snoop Dogg or somebody, they was, you know, giving the credit to Dre, you know. Well, yeah, it was actually Snoop on what's the track? They worked on so many tracks together. I think it was that 1, 2, 3. To
Nothing But a G-Thing?
Yeah, he said it one way, but Dre stopped him mid line, mid verse, and was like, no, put a little slur on it. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's like 1, 2, 3 into the 4. You know, it's just you know, trying to make it stand out even more, and then you know, it makes me understand.
And
the
that's
difference
why
between a
I'm
producer and a beat
comfortable
maker.
whenever I record with him.
Yeah.
Because that's the type of
You
of
want that-
guidance I want
Yeah,
when
you
I'm
want that
making a
type of
track.
producer. You don't want nobody just
You know
giving
what
you
I'm
some
saying?
bullshit.
So yeah, so I definitely appreciate that when it comes to him.
definitely.
I have a producer question real quick, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you were talking about before how like, you know, beforehand you could be able to listen to music and be like, this is tight, this is dope. Like you weren't really critiquing it. Now that you started creating, you know, once you started creating, be honest, has it fucked up your listening experience now? Now you're like, if you listen to a song, you're kind of thinking about, like, if I was this person, I would have done this different, or I would have changed the beat right here or whatever.
I mean,
Does the new
depends.
experience? Is there a new experience now?
Yeah, I mean, like there'll be times where I hear songs and I'll be like, damn, like if I was around that studio session, I probably could like, hey man, what if he did this or did that? But like, you know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure people had that opinion about my shit too, where they'd be like, man, what if he did this or did that to make it sound better? You know?
right.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, there's always something like that people hear. There's always something
It's
that
kind
I
of
hear.
inevitable.
Yeah,
Like everyone's gonna have a critique of something.
yeah.
Do you feel
know?
any type of way if people do that, or
No,
people
I
who
mean,
have
I
done
mean,
that?
It depends, I guess. Like they're like nah, that shit whack. Like you know what I mean?
I mean,
Like,
because you know the type of stuff you make. You know who you
Yeah.
are. You got
yeah, like nah. I mean, like I'm always open to criticism.
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
criticism,
I'm not gonna like take it the wrong way.
No, fuck
like
that.
unless I mean it depends. Like, you know what I mean? Like if they want to take something that I know it sounds dope, that I know it works, and they
Yeah.
want to take it out, and I'm like.
especially if it's coming from somebody that don't know what they
But
talking
if
about.
they pay, like you know what I mean, like shit is whatever you want at the end of the day. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Do you take a rapper's advice more serious or a producer's advice more serious when it comes to your
like,
critiques or their critiques on you?
It depends, you know what I mean? Because rappers, they know what to feel like, and
Of course.
you know what I mean. Like if they could rap on it, that whole gonna go. You know what I mean? But a producer thinking like, all right, like man, what if you did this like extra complex shit? And like rappers not thinking about that complex shit. They're thinking about simplicity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
They're
I
there
don't
to
know.
rap. More times
you
than
know
not, they're
what I
there to
mean?
rap.
Hey,
I'm
that's
not-
what your friend used to say.
I'm not trying to do EDM or like make a beat battle beat. I'm trying to
Yeah.
make shit you can just jam to and just vibe
Yeah.
to. You know what I mean? Like shit, the EDM shit. That my boy. Like he be going in like all complex shit. I'm be like, damn, you can't even rap because no room to rap. But that's the point because
That's
that's the song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Most definitely.
EDM song, but. What a me like me being as a producer when I just make the beat, I gotta leave room for the rapper because you know what I mean.
Skooma, you ever have anybody rap on your tracks yet?
Hell yeah.
Because as
Yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah.
no, because the links that I've heard that you've sent us and whatnot, like anytime that I've listened to your music, is just your production alone. You know what I'm saying? So I was just curious on that.
Well, I guess because like
Because
when-
no, I'm sorry. I know I've heard you collab with him, and then I heard rappers get on that. So I'm hearing like trap
Shout
shit
out
and all that.
Operation.
Yeah, for real. And like, so I've heard you collab with him, and then from there, like rappers are on it. So I've heard your production with rappers, of course, but I'm talking about like strictly EDM shit. And how is that? How does that work?
Well, I guess like with EDM stuff, you're kind the producer's more of the artist than the rapper. So in case like EDM, it like the vocalist would be the feature.
Right.
So I guess like when I'm making a beat, I'll leave more space for the vocalist. But when I'm making something for my own artist page, usually it's like more involved with like synths and like sound design, and sort of like the vocals are like the background.
Oh, okay. Super fire.
So you talked about hearing Kanye, working with Daft Punk, and then that kind of like spurred your interest into EDM music.
Yeah.
One, was there like a particular Daft Punk album that you dove into? And two, how did you go from that to like this is something I'm interested in actually learning how to make, or learning how to construct and be my own artist?
I think for me, it's just like an electronic sound. It kind of just gives me like this nostalgia, just because I guess like I wasn't really that into music, but I was really into video games, and I was always interested in the soundtracks in video games.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the reason why like I dove into like the EDM and like listening to it a lot more. But me just like making my own stuff. I don't know. I didn't really intend to make EDM at first. I kind of just wanted to make beats because it was a lot easier. But once I started learning like more complex stuff, I knew like I kind of started figuring out what was possible, and that's kind of what got my curiosity about like making stuff, like making drops, making my own stuff basically.
And at what point in that process did you find your own voice in it? Because like I've seen people make beats and then like or go in and dive into the EDM world, but sometimes it's like they're not of a caricature, but they're more mimicking what they like and not creating something that they can call their own.
Yeah, I think you're always gonna mimic something you like though. That's kind of like when I make something, I kind of like I'm always inspired by someone else,
Yeah.
So
Thing about music, man, it's like everybody's influenced by each other some way, somehow.
I just
Mixing up
honestly
different shit and then come up their own thing,
yeah, I really don't think like anyone has anything original. It's always like inspired by something else.
Yeah.
Well, yes, especially now, probably.
Yeah, nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who weighs heavy on your little influence?
Like music wise, production, all that.
Yeah, production.
Like production, we'll say like man, DJ Screw always gonna be like my number one influence. You know?
Yeah.
Also UGK, 3-6 Mafia, Jay Dilla, and especially Pink Floyd. Like, a lot of other people too. But I could say those are the main ones.
Isn't that super tight how to this day what Juicy J and 3-6 Mafia and Screw and all that, what they did damn near 30 years ago?
Yeah.
Not even 20. I was going to say 20, but it's like
30 years.
right?
Yeah,
Or-
30 years.
Yeah, something like
But-
that,
A little
right?
longer
Close
than
to
30
it.
too.
Yeah.
And they've been doing
Almost
shit since the
there.
late 80s, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because I was born in 92. I'm 28. So, wait, no, I'm 20. I don't fucking know.
You're
I think I'm
28.
27.
I don't want to get
I'm
that.
28?
age. I'm alright.
You're
I'm 28. Yeah,
You're
I'm
28, bro.
I'm born in '92 too.
Yeah, I'm 28. So
They start thinking about
So-
it.
so I
that's
want-
what happened to me.
So if
26.
it's not 30, then it's almost finna touch 30. But like just the impact that 3-6 Screw, that whole entire sound is still hitting today from new artists, from like new young talent that's coming out. Look what Juicy's doing. Juicy J is still relevant to this day as an artist and his production. Yeah. And those guys, the platform that what they laid at that time has made them millions to this day, to where I think I seen an interview where Juicy, all he has to do is confirm when someone's trying to sample him, and it's just an easy bag. He's just like, oh, I woke up to a bag today. All I did was just clear sample. Him and DJ Paul. It's like, and the fact that the work that they've done has did that. So I can understand that, not only off of hearing your music and your beats and whatnot and hearing that influence, because you do have that influence, but you take it and you make it your own. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. And I can definitely see that, bro. But it definitely still hits on us today. I mean, look at the shit that you make. You know, like
I'm a expansion of them. You know what I mean?
Screw Tang.
Extension.
You mentioned
Screw-Tang.
you mentioned Jay Dilla and Boom Bap type shit. So
shout out to K Reno with the Screw Tang. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Bro.
Speaking of that, I'm curious. What does this photo bring? Make you feel when I bring this up, man?
Man, that's old. That's old as fuck.
Can you explain the picture to the audio listeners?
Yeah, man.
So
it's it's me and the one and only K Reno. You know what I mean? And ain't gonna lie, that's actually my first placement with an artist, with a
legend,
you know what I mean? With a legend. Period. You know what I mean? And that
Who put y'all in touch?
High school, like that was like my favorite rapper. I mean, it still is to this day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
who put y'all in touch?
Well, shit, there was it's a long story. It was my ex at the time. She hit him up, talking about, hey, like my boyfriend, like he does beats and all that. We just got connected. He pulled up and to my studio and he bought we bought tickets for a show. And I was like, I showed him beats that I made and I did like a little freestyle. And he was fucking with it. He was like, man, bro, this shit sounds dope. And I was like, man, like that's live. Like I don't know. Like, I low-key kind of got starstruck for a little second. You know what I mean? But I just, like, maintained, just did a little freestyle. He was fucking with me. Then
it's one thing when, like, you meet one of your heroes, but when they tell you that they fuck with what you're doing, it's like, all that cool I just had, I can no longer keep it.
Yeah, for real. Like, nah, like, he came through, like, a few times, and we'll chop it up, and I'll show him my beats, and I'll send him some stuff, and ended up on a few of his projects, you know? But yeah, man. Shit.
I want to say that this is in the lab. Cause from the background, I don't see too much, but I want to say this is the studio.
Yeah, that's it, right at the studio. Like he pulled up right at the lab. You know what I mean?
Nice. And you said you were buying tickets for a show, right? But you happened to play on beats that day.
Yeah, I played some beats and I freestyled, and he was just like, it was like, man.
Now I know he's been on your beats, cause y'all have a few tracks together. I want to say, right?
Yeah.
Did he hop on one of those that you showed him that day, or was it later on?
It was later on. Like it was other beats. You know
he didn't see the vision just yet.
I mean, he fucked with that beat. I'm not sure if he did anything to it, because I'm pretty sure there's beats that I sent him that he probably did projects to and I don't know about. You know what I mean?
That's super dope, man.
That's dope.
Was this the first studio setup right here?
Man, that I ain't gonna lie. That's like the second setup, because the first one I had like in the trailer behind my mom's house and shit, and I had the studio in there. That was like whenever I moved up to the front house, you know what I mean, where I had the studio at now, but like in the other room. Man, don't be bringing up my skinny pictures.
Yo, man. So
I was like, what was that, 2010, 2011? Somewhere around there, yeah.
So it was actually from 2012.
2012?
Yeah, I'm weird. I did like my research and shit.
Yeah, it was from 2012, because that's whenever I started losing weight.
Were you like making money off of beats at this time, or were you just creating just to create?
I was just creating, to be honest, man. Like, I didn't, like, to be honest, like, I was just having fun with it. I wasn't really charging at the time. Till, like, I guess later on during that year, then somebody, actually my boy Young Pope, shout out to Young Pope, he bought a beat from me for $60 exclusive rights.
Nice. I've seen that name before. I've seen that name before on your timelines, man. So he still be fucking with you and shit.
That's my boy, you know what I mean? That's my boy Young Pope, you know.
That's super dope, man.
Yeah. So outside of your influences, where did inspiration come from to just say, hey, this is it. This is what I want to do?
Just really like how it started. Like my cousin, he was a musician. He was in a band. He was doing metal music, rock music, or all kinds of shit. And he would go to his friend's house and make beats because his friends had a studio and he had like an MPC. He would make beats and chop it up with his homies, and he would show me shit that he would make like with his band. You know what I mean? Beats that he would make with his band. I'm like, man, this shit sounds dope. So I downloaded Virtual DJ. That was the first program I ever downloaded, and I started chopping, screwing songs and shit, mixing them up together. Then afterwards, got into FL. Then from there, it was history, you know.
Yeah.
Just got into making beats and shit, you know. But and also not just him too, my cousin, but also Blow Timer too. Like,
shout out to Blow Timer, man.
Shout out to Blow Timer. What you call BGP.
Shout out BGP.
I remember
man.
I would always see his videos when I was younger, and I'll see him make beats. Like, he'll make beats on the keyboard and everything. That shit would look fire. I was like, damn. Like, I don't know. That also influenced me too in a way to get me to doing it. You know, was also my cousin and BGP as well.
And Blow Time and them, like, I mean, I don't think y'all knew each other beforehand, but isn't it crazy how like you can be inspired from something that's like, you know what I'm saying, from your region, from around your area and whatnot. It makes you feel like, damn, I can do this shit too.
Hey, you know how I met BGP was through your ass. That's the crazy part. Yeah, remember what you call it? So whenever you came through for a studio session, you was cool with Marco Blue.
Yeah.
Then,
Oh shit.
Then I guess he pulled up and he brought the whole crew with him, Blow Timer.
Yeah.
And that's how I met BGP and everybody else, and that's we just clicked, you know.
God,
started making beats and shit, and
Look at you being a vessel.
You know what I mean?
Yo, I'm not trying to give myself credit.
It's just crazy how
bro.
shit connects. You know what I'm saying?
Dog.
People connect. You know what I mean?
You know, and
Especially being around the same area.
And I ain't even from the north. From Rosenberg. You see what I be doing?
Rosenberg town.
For real.
Shout out to Cleo.
You know what's crazy is that I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but
He's about to.
I
About
am.
to toot the shit out that
But
motherfucker
like,
right now.
but like, there's numerous people that I can find that are mutually cool if we were to go like on our Instagram or Facebooks or whatever on the socials. And in my head, I can be like, yo, these people have met each other through me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to toot my own horn or
Here he
anything,
is. Yeah,
but
you
that's
like-
I've always been
Another
that type
thing,
of
too.
guy. I've always been that type of guy.
Another thing, like I met Louis through you. I mean, I met you through Louis.
Yeah.
There you go.
I remember that day, man. The first time we met, I remember I had just dropped my first album.
What was the haircut? You got a haircut that day or no?
What do you mean?
I mean, you said you remember the day when you had a haircut or not? Was your shit
Oh,
happy?
no, I don't remember that day fully, like in depth.
Alright, my bad.
But I remember when I met him.
You also met him, the Monster.
Oh yeah, I met T. Brad.
And Greg.
Ashley Hernandez said toot with the horn emoji.
Bring it back.
Yo, man. Yo, matter of fact, tell if you can message T. Brad if he ain't doing shit, man. Pull up. That's if you will. But anyways, but yeah, man. The first time I met Slow, I remember that day. I had just dropped the album. It was called Scribbles. You can find it on Spotify and all that shit. Y'all go check it out. Scribbles.
Tooting his own horn, part 2.
Hey, man.
It's beyond two.
Y'all go,
Yeah.
Y'all go check out Scribbles upon a canvas.
We shooting a commercial now. So what did y'all think of my album?
Yo, y'all go check out Scribbles Upon a Canvas on Spotify and all streaming platforms. Yeah, but anyway, so I had just dropped that, and Louis was on the album.
Yeah.
And Louis was like, hey, come, I want to buy an album from you. But I was just going to give it to him for free for being on my album. I'm like, you don't have to do that. But he's a real dude, artist. They like to support each other, so he still bought it, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, he ended up still buying it. So I pulled up on him, man, and from there, he literally took me on like a MTV My Block type shit and just took me through the north side. He was like, yeah, man. So we're going to head over here, Mark. And this is where I'll be at in the lab and shit. So he's taking me through the hood. And then we go meet up with Slow. And I just see this dude on his computer. It was kind of deep that night in the studio, you know, and the environment. It was like the first time in a... Cause like when I first started rapping, I remember I had that same feeling as well, where it's the homies just deep, no fucks given or whatever.
Shit, it was good as fuck that day. Shit.
Yeah.
I was packed up like with no more blacks and Mexicans, looking like a bowl of Cocoa Puffs.
And I loved it. And I loved it because I was like, man, like this is how I felt when I first started. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, I think I had just dropped like my first professionally shot video, and I was doing like the opening for big headliners and shit.
Right.
So like, you know, I kind of strayed away from that type of vibe, and plus the people that I started rapping with kind of just separated, and people got with their families and shit. So when I got with him and shit, and I met him, that vibe was there again. I'm like, yo, this is super tight. Like this is like super like hood hip hop. This is the way I like it. No fucks given. I need that. And yeah, man. And when he started playing his beats, I was like, ain't no way this dude. Nobody knows him. Like, there's no way nobody knows who the fuck Slow Life is right now. And this is at the time. Right. Not right now. This is at the time. And, we linked up, got his numbers, started coming around more. And I would always tell him, I'm like, bruh, I don't think you realize how dope you are. And he's like, yeah, man, I just be doing my thing. He was just so chill about it. I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't think you see the vision that I see, bro. Like, and I always called him a hidden gem. Like, bro, you're like a hidden gem in the city, bro. Like more people need to hear you. Yeah. Like if I got to do the groundwork, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you need to just I don't know what you need to do, but more people need to hear. And now we're at this point. This dude has had ESG, Lil Flip, you know what I'm saying? K Reno, just to name a few legends in the city that have like hopped on his beats. You know what I'm saying? And wrecked them hoes and all that shit.
So what did you have to do to get to that point? Because what took you from hidden gem to
man, it's all about like
the right eyes.
It's just who you know, man. Like, one person I fuck with who fucks with this person, like, hey, fuck with my boy Slow, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I start fucking with that person, and that person be like, hey, man, fuck with my boy Slow. So it's like an endless spider web, like a tree with so many branches, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like where everything's connected, especially in this city. Like, everybody's connected some way, somehow. Because I be tripped out, like, the people I know who know this person, you know what I mean, mutually, and it's like, what the fuck, you know this nigga? It's just, it's live, you know what I mean? It's also a beautiful thing, too, you know what I mean? Because it's like one of those things that's meant to happen,
I think when you just put out dope quality, it kind of helps, because I know you're more of a homebody. You just stay in the studio. You know what I'm saying? You stay in the studio, but what's so cool is that your work...
shit else to do.
What's so cool is that your work is so dope that artists that are out there doing shows and doing all these things to your production, word of mouth just gets out there from social media. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of does the work for itself when it's dope. If you got good-ass quality, like... You can be in the studio just work, especially a producer, because y'all don't have to necessarily show y'all faces all the time.
Like, I don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's crazy because like I just be in my house, just be posting like the shit I do like on Instagram or Facebook, and it just like people like hit me up like, hey man, like I fuck with your shit, I'm gonna hit you up, do studio time, whatever. Rather than me had to go do the groundwork, go to clubs and go to little events or like shows and meet with artists and be like, hey, like hit me up, like I just stay at the crib, and I let the sound like speak for itself, No,
you probably done only like a couple of shows.
Nah, for real. Like, I mean, I rarely
power
go
of social
out.
media though, man.
Like I rarely go out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's very few times where I met, artists that fucked with me with studio time that I go to the shows and shit. But
like you say, you ain't got to.
Cause it works for my other people. Like I'm pretty sure it worked for you, and it worked for my boy Migo. Like he'll go to shows and he'll meet people, and they will come through for studio time and shit. But me, like fuck all that. I like being at the house chilling. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I used to tell you, I used to be like, man, bro, you need to get out there more. You need to go do this and do that. But I might be wrong, like, cause it's still.
I mean, like, cause I ain't gonna lie, like, cause. If I did that, I would see more people pulling up. You know what I mean? Like I could see that if I was going to more events and shows and shit. But like, I like just
the bag still comes in regardless.
For real. I mean, not even just that. It's just like I don't like being out there, bro. I'm an introvert. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I like just being to myself, chilling, and just keep a small circle with me. We just all chop it up and chill and shit. And that's pretty much it. Like,
sound like a true producer.
Pretty much. You know what I mean? Like that song was a nigga like that fucking Netflix with that Beats, that movie Beats.
Yeah.
That nigga stayed in the house for 18 months and never left for none. He stayed in that house. Like fuck that, I ain't going outside.
Speaking of your inner circle, man, fucking LVD. How did that form? I know Skooma's in it. I'm in it. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people with it, you know what I mean? I mean, it's
Had to
crazy
drop
how I
that
formed
real quick.
because like, because I had an idea. LVD, Lucid Vivid Dreams, will be like a production team or like a company with a whole bunch of producers, engineers, video people, and all that shit. Like I don't know. Like I kept that in mind, but as far as actually starting it with the right people, I didn't know at first yet. Like till I got with Scam and Rolly. Shout out to Scam.
Shout out to Scam and Rolly of
You know what I
LVD.
mean? You know what I'm talking about? So like Scan told Rolly was talking about like, hey, let's start a crew or whatever, like a whole super group. And he was down, but like he wanted to get me a part of it. And I said, like, I'll be a part of it. But the only thing is, like, I would have to choose a name. So it ended up being LVD, Lucid Vivid Dreams.
So you came up with the name. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we all formed it together. Like it wasn't just one person that just like, all right, like I'm the leader. You know what I mean? But
So y'all
we all came like we're basically like the three kings of LVD, and I'll say that like it was me, Rolly, and Scam, the three kings of LVD, and we all formed that shit together.
y'all like on some organized noise type
Yeah,
thing.
like the Illuminati. You know what I mean?
I mean, it basically is, man, because not Illuminati, but like organized noise. Organized
late.
noise, because I see what you're saying, because it's like you have the people that, like you just said, that you got the three kings, and then from there you have people that are affiliated. All these
Yeah.
other, like it's like
Yeah.
it's like Wu-Tang
Yeah,
damn near.
man,
You know what I'm
like-
saying? It's like,
'Cause, like the thing about LVD, dog, like it's not just one set crew where where LVD is only LVD. Like,
creators.
What it is a whole bunch of crews like put together and made one super crew. You know what I mean?
Like some dream.
One like
Kind of
one
like
super group.
kind of like how SUC, I believe, like
Yeah.
Kiki had the Herschel, the hard heads,
Right,
and
right.
then
Yeah, exactly. Like
I think
like
Hawk had
SEC.
DEA. You know what I'm saying? Like you got all these
The
cliques
Botany
coming together.
Boys, you know what I mean? Dope House, like they're all affiliated.
It's all
with
SUC.
Screw. They're all affiliated with Screw somehow. So like that's how it is. It's like you could rep your own little shit. You know what I mean? Like, but when we all come together, it's LVD. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that's super dope that you're kind of bringing that to light again. Like the whole, it actually had that in my notes. Like as far as like the way that Houston cliques used to be, you know, I see that happening again. Like with our boy Clever and Double H4L and HH4L. You know what I'm saying? And you see these camps coming back again. You know what I'm saying? And we kind of got to shout out TSF because Sauce Walker kind of brought that clique vibe again to the city. And then you got Cream Clique, you got all these other cliques.
Yeah.
But I feel like Houston's getting back to that essence of like, crews and affiliation and all that other things. And
Yeah,
it's the
man,
perfect time
just-
to like put eyes on that.
Yeah, man. Cause
Better to come together.
Because
Yeah.
we can't do everything alone, though. Like
Most
that's the
definitely.
thing. Like everybody wants to be like, I could do this, I could do that, do this by myself. Like I don't need nobody.
Gonna always
like,
need help, bro.
But like that shit don't work, dog. Cause like it just doesn't work. Like we need a whole foundation of people who just like ride for each other, and make shit happen. And that's what makes like shit happen. Like Atlanta, like all those artists they stick together. All those producers they stick together, and they, you know what I mean. They push each other up. But Houston, like, is always like, nah, I don't fuck with that nigga. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't fuck with that nigga. You know what I mean? Like, it's always some shit.
What? And I think it's changing though.
I know.
I think it's changing though because you see the way that all the platforms are working together now, and how we're getting it. Yes, there is slight hate and there is slight ego, but I feel like now we're getting to a point to where everybody's just kind of like working and fuck. Like there's overall, I want to say there's overall positivity in the city and there's overall collaborations having. Go ahead, man.
Nah, you good. I'm gonna go take a piss real quick.
Go ahead.
It'll be the first door on the left. Just twist the
Nah, you're
key
good.
and push the door.
I'm all like, God damn.
Go that
You're
way.
good.
Go that
You're
way.
good. Skooma,
What's up?
I'm interested, man. So when did you and Slow meet?
I think I just my friend told me about him. Like it just the randomest shit,
Yeah.
and he showed me his music, and I just added him on Facebook. And, like a couple days later, he's like, "I need some producers in the studio, this and that," and then I just pulled up and I brought my beats, and from then on, we just kept working together.
That's dope, man.
So I don't want to sound like an idiot,
Nah, go
but I'm
ahead.
gonna sound like one.
Ask.
What is EDM music? I'm lost.
EDM music. It stands for electronic music.
So,
Electronic dance
example.
music. You ever been to a rave or something? Like,
This man just learned what psychedelics were.
Huh?
oh, if you ever go to like a festival, And you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah,
people
yeah.
like fucking pumping their fists.
Oh,
and
like
shit.
on some mosh pit type shit.
Kind of, yeah. It's like it's very.
Oh, that right there. Oh, okay. okay.
Yeah, but with more intricacies.
Of course, of course.
Because EDM, it's like very very
Upbeat,
vast.
hot. Okay.
There's
okay.
a lot of genres. It's like house, dubstep. You know,
I got you. I
yeah.
got you.
It gets very complex.
So, what is your favorite subgenre of the genre? Me personally, I'm a deep house guy
Deep house kind of guy. All right.
or Chicago house. You know,
I don't know. It's hard to pick favorites because they're just, there's just different moods for however you're feeling. I definitely like dubstep the most, just because like
I've heard of that.
dubstep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. Sometimes I hear these sounds and like I'm just like, what the fuck? How the fuck did they make this type of shit? And it's very like engineering type, like sound design type of stuff. It's like very nerdy stuff. But to me, I hear something and I don't know how to make it. I'm just like curious, like how the fuck?
fascinated how to get there. Yeah,
Like I'm fascinated by like the science of like how all this stuff is made.
Bruh, my favorite dubstep track. And what's funny is that there's probably gonna be things I say about EDM that you're probably gonna be like, that's not the real shit though. The same way like because I guess I'm more
mid.
of course, like I'm
Right?
from the
That's the new
outside
thing.
looking in, so I'm gonna like the popular EDM compared to like the nitty gritty, like what's kind of like how we are about hip hop. Is like, someone might know who Drake is, but don't listen to hip hop like that.
Right.
That
Yeah.
so I might come off like that when I'm talking about EDM. But one of my favorite dubstep songs, man, was Cracks.
Cracks. I know
Cracks
what you're
by
talking
the
about.
Freestylers.
It's by Flex Pavilion.
Flex Pavilion, my
It's
bad. my
one
bad.
of like a remix.
Yeah, man. I remember hearing that, and I remember hearing Riff Raff, the rapper. He did like some type of freestyle to it, and that shit was insane.
Fuck, I
Riff
never
Raff.
heard this.
Yeah.
Fucking riff.
I gotta put you on, man, and like, and that actually inspired me and my boy. Shout out to my boy DJ Grimm. He actually did some cool mixes, and we were just like, bro, like, how crazy would it be if we did this? We switched it up on the mixtape and we added some EDM. I was like, let's do it. And so we mixed in Zero's Top Notch Hoes vocals with Cracks, and it sounded crazy, like.
Yeah.
Top notch hoes get the most, not the less. So over EDM, it just sounded insane. I'm gonna play it for you after the show and shit, man.
I'm
That
down,
shit was
yeah.
pretty wild, man. So yeah, man.
I actually on the way over here, I was playing Slow Life this mix, and it's basically like this one chick DJ. She makes it's called like Space Bass.
Tell me.
So it's kind of like a trap, like EDM trap. But like the sounds are very like they sound like they're coming from space.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
at
fire.
the same time, there was acapellas of like old school rap and shit.
Oh
So
wow.
it's kind of has like this like futuristic vibe, while at the same time it has that classic like acapella like from some old shit, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of what we're like jamming into, and it kind of had me thinking about like what kind of like sounds I want to add to like my beats and try to. I don't know. I just like to like think in the future and think about like, okay, like this sound, is it gonna like, are people gonna still listen to this like in the future?
Yeah. I'm curious. Speaking about the future, we're speaking about all these genres coming together in these mixes, right? How do you think music's gonna sound in the future? Is there gonna be a such thing as a specific genre anymore? Like, how is that gonna work?
I think that's slowly
Because
fading
everything is
away.
blending.
I think
Yeah,
that's
it is.
slowly fading away.
EDM is the future of music. It's already is the future.
I know, but there's everybody's mixing genres together. Like, how do y'all think it's gonna sound like in the future?
I mean, shit.
We gonna
We
be
surprised. We be surprised like the shit that sounds good together. You know,
Yeah,
like people
talking to
break-
Mike.
people break barriers all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's always new sounds.
I think
and-
we'll always have subgenres.
yeah.
we'll still have it,
Always.
and we're gonna always go back to it. It's gonna because history just repeats itself. You know, we're gonna always relive it again, touch on it again.
yeah.
You know, so. But yeah,
Yeah, when you had to go take a pee, we were just talking about since we were talking about LVD.
This man made sure to whisper that he had to go to the bathroom. All that other shit. He's like, so when you had to pee,
Since we were talking about LVD, I was gonna ask about what was that? Okay, bet. When I was asking about how he linked up with you, and he had said that he had added you on Facebook and shit
Yeah.
via a friend.
And that's another thing too, like how small the city is and how like we know mutual people. Cause you ended up knowing my boy Lewis,
Yeah,
cause it was your homeboy's cousin.
yeah.
So like, you know,
Shout out to Lewis.
Shout out Lewis.
and my boy Lewis,
And-
like he,
and your
me
boy
and him went to
cousin.
middle school together. You know, so like it's just crazy how shit connects.
It's weird how the universe works, man. Like,
It's an outside. It's
Shout out your middle school, bro. What you
an
mean?
outside, an outside. It's the worst middle school in the world. You know what I mean? Patrick Henry Middle School. Fuck that school.
did they make you like wear uniforms or some weird
Yeah.
shit or tucked in shirts?
Yeah,
For
every,
real?
Every
Damn.
school, really,
Yeah.
till 12th grade, where I could start wearing whatever the fuck I want.
Damn.
At Sam Houston. Cause I don't know,
Fuck
that shit was
that.
weird. I think only like senior year where we could wear like whatever the fuck we want. And that's why
Really?
basically
I think
did.
that was the best thing for me moving to Richmond Rosenberg because it was uniforms and Warden.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dog in the country.
in
It's
the country,
crazy over
yeah.
there.
I mean, they
Shout
they
out
can wear whatever they
Rosenberg.
want.
Them red polos.
Yeah, red, blue,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
khaki.
yeah, yeah. I got a hella family out in Warden.
Yeah. So, but it's
So
cool.
y'all from Rosenberg? Like who's like?
Okay, I'm from Richmond Rosenberg. He's from Warden, Texas.
grew up
Moved
in
to
Warden.
Richmond Rosenberg.
Oh, okay.
And Carlos from the H-Town.
From the H-Town, South
Yeah.
Side, South Side. All right.
Southwest.
That's what's up. Southwest.
These motherfuckers, every time I pulled up, they always thought Rosenberg, that gotta be super country and country. I'm like, nah, I'll show you country.
No, it was.
Like,
There's
it
still
was.
country
I
in
mean,
fucking
like-
Rosenberg.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
no,
I knew,
no, no.
I knew it has its own like town and shit, but I know there's parts of it are. Well,
Like-
it's only because you described it as country.
No,
That's
no,
only
no,
why
no.
I assumed.
No,
No,
no, no.
it's-
Compared to
it's-
Houston,
It didn't
yes.
turn. It didn't turn. To
There
the
are
city
some
now.
parts
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
Rosenberg that are just Wharton Jr.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about compared to Houston.
Yeah.
But they would make it seem like this was like the hills have
I
eyes
think my
type
boy-
shit, and they would give me the hardest time ever. What happened?
I think Bless is downstairs.
I bet.
I go get a.
Bet. Nice.
Hello?
Talking into the mic. Everyone talking to the fucking mic.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
here.
nah, we got you. We got you.
Homeboy's outside. Are you gonna?
Yo,
outside
so
to come get you?
So to y'all listening, Young Bless, you know what I'm saying? He's an artist. He's dope, super dope, man. He
It's a
fucks
new,
with a-
it's a new edition out of LVD. You know what I mean? New wave order. You know what I mean? My boy Young Bless. You know what I mean? He's straight from the Southwest, but he stays in the North currently.
yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
And Slow and Skooma are actually gonna make a beat from scratch.
Yes,
From
sir.
It's gonna be after the show, and what we're gonna do, we're gonna have their beat playing for our OT Flow series, and Young Bless is gonna bless us with some bars over that, and we're gonna get that going, and we'll have it as a separate segment. So if you are listening on Spotify and all that other good shit, or if you're listening on our Facebook Live, look out for that content when we drop the final version of this episode. If you're listening to this right now on Spotify, you are listening to the final version of this episode.
You know what I'm talking about?
Shout out to our
And if
Spotify
you're
listeners.
watching, make sure you follow and share and like and
Yeah.
stay tuned to this creation. This is not made yet.
Yeah,
so
man.
You gotta make it right here.
Yeah, so shout out to our Spotify listeners, our
Most definitely.
Apple podcast listeners. Even if you shout out to you weirdos that be jamming on Google, I fuck with y'all too. You know what I'm saying? Google Podcast, I think that's a thing. So shout out to y'all. I fuck with y'all heavy. Appreciate you. But yeah, man, that shit's super dope, dog. How do you feel like the journey's been overall? How do you feel like the journey's treated you?
Man, it's been a motherfucking ride, bro. Like, you know what I mean? There's always the moments, the good moments, the bad moments, but I mean, that's all a part of the journey, you know?
Do you feel you can get better? Are
Yeah,
you looking
there's-
to get better?
There's always room for improvement, man.
Of course.
But everybody, like, there's always room for improvement. Like, there's always new shit that I want to learn, new shit that, you know what I mean, I want to do. Like,
Yeah.
it's like that with everybody.
So when I first met you, I don't know if you remember, he actually invited me to your studio. Long time ago. It was a while back.
Yeah, I remember.
And I know you kind of gave your advice on, people who want to start producing. But
Yeah.
and we had that conversation, and
Yeah.
you was kind of like, hey man, I do tutoring too, man. So
Oh,
if you
yeah.
wanna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I ain't
is
gonna
that
lie,
thing,
like-
is that
Is
something
that-
you still?
Is that still
I
part
mean-
of the bag? Do you
To
offer
be honest,
that?
like, I don't really like doing that anymore because
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like because if you trying to learn the shit, like it's better off just doing it off the video, going to tutorial on the video because you're able to skip back and
Right,
go forward with it,
right,
you know.
right.
But it's just like like it's just better just going off of YouTube rather than me do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like me or really. It just depends. Me, I'm not the person to really like as a good teacher. I mean, I could show you some shit, but you'll kind of have to know the basics already.
Right.
You know, like it's me showing you the basics. I feel like that just going through one year after the other, or just like it just sounds like wah 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 wah.
Womp
like,
womp, like some Charlie
yeah,
Brown shit.
You
huh?
know what I mean? That's what it sounds like. Like what the
Go
fuck
to him
is?
for the advanced shit.
Yeah, like, you know, I don't know. I feel like it would be better if you kind of knew the basics already.
Of course.
You know?
Left field question. Since we were talking about psychedelics when this podcast started,
Yeah.
have you been able to create on acid before?
My mom's watching, bro.
Oh shit! My bad. Oh god, I'm sorry.
What is
dog.
acid?
What is acid? Is that battery acid?
Oh yo,
He was talking to me, and my sister's watching.
I'll answer it though.
Oh god.
Do not do that.
Yeah,
I
What is that?
apologize.
My sister probably is watching. She's probably like,
Oh shit, I'm so
But nah.
sorry.
But I
My
mean,
bad.
like,
And we can't edit this out either. See,
nah, fuck it. You know what I mean?
untoot your
Like,
horn.
Okay.
Untoot your
Well,
damn
Probably,
horn.
she probably isn't watching at this time, but fuck it.
Okay.
But
go-
anyway,
go ahead.
I
Continue.
mean, I tried once, you know what I mean, and just like
Do you get stuck?
pretty much, yeah, you be lost. Like, what the fuck, you know
You
what I
can't
mean?
even click shit, dude. It's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just like, what the fuck? Nah, like I tried it, like, but before it really hit the peak moment, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember making the beat and it was just some weird ass Indian sample or some shit. And when I made it, it sounded dope. But it just, I remember like later on, like whenever it hit, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to fuck with none of that shit. You know what I mean? 'Cause I just chill, laid back, and just like, nah.
Skooma, you ever had any success in creating
Nah,
on
like I said,
psychedelics?
whenever I had that bad trip, I had planned on making music all night, but it really like, I don't know. You need your motor skills for that shit. Like you,
It's just because like when you look at it, it looks more vivid. You know what I mean? And certain things, it's just like, I don't know. You can't really focus on it as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Isn't it
So-
pretty wild how like Jimi Hendrix and all them back in the day could be able to just like do all types of shit and come out with like a masterpiece?
Ah, shit, man, that was weed and heroin, man.
Shit.
For
Nah.
Hendrix, but shit, even Santana, like over at Woodstock. you
Oh
know,
yeah,
he was on that.
man.
He was on that acid, bro. He's playing. He's
going stupid.
He said like I had like this feeling like my every fucking pluck of the guitar, like my fingers were on fire, but at the same time, the only way I could put it out was to keep playing. And when you watch him play, he looks like he's like in pain. Like
what the
Yeah,
fuck?
I
He
mean,
was
yeah,
fucking-
oh,
you
yeah,
ain't never seen that
he
clip?
feeling that shit.
yeah,
man.
watch Santana
Watch
at
that
Woodstock.
He had said that like
1962, I think it was.
he said the guitar just turned into a snake.
Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck?
He said he was like fuck.
Back when
That's- yeah.
back when acid was at its infancy, and like there was
That's
no
when they had that good shit.
yeah, like there was no proper dosing. It was well, let's see what we got here.
All right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like that's a very spiritual drug. That's not like really a recreational thing to do, you know. I mean, with people shit, you know what I mean? They do it like for as recreational, but me, if I ever like do shit like that, like it would have to be like I really had to feel in the moment, like, yeah, this would be a good time to do it. You know, since like everything's good, everything's paid for, my daughter good, like you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't worried about it, I ain't stressing about nothing.
I do it
I'm
like they used to
good.
do it in the 70s. Like shit, I'm gonna pop this, listen to some music. Like that's how I do it, bro.
Man,
like
man,
I
bro, like
need
I-
nothing to do, just listen to music.
Like I love, like if I'm doing that, I love listening to music because like it's something about like certain frequencies and certain like
Yeah.
feels you hear and just like fuck. I feel like a honeycomb just getting squeezed out full of honey. You know what I mean? I mean
That
that's
is a
how
fucking
it's
beautiful
kinda
picture
hard
you
to
just painted.
explain.
That's actually kind of satisfying. to
It's
think
kind of
about.
hard to explain, but that's just how it feels because you feel all your stress releasing. Like it's like a shot of euphoria going down, and you just feel like everything releasing.
I had Chappelle's show on the TV, turned all the
Yeah.
way down with because Kanye's Life of Pablo had just came out.
Yeah.
Had that bitch turned all the way up with because I don't need Chappelle's. I don't need the audio. I've seen it a million times, but I had a great old time. The last time I did acid, I had a good old time.
Nah,
You,
it's-
you said while Life of Pablo was on?
Yeah. The last time I did acid, the Life of Pablo just came out, and we like it just came out. I was like, all right, I'm not gonna listen to it until we get this acid. We go to the house, and we're like, man, we need something on this TV. This TV can't just be blank. You know?
Bro, your trip
Yeah.
must have got crazy when the freestyle song played. I think what it's called, Freestyle 8 or some shit.
My trip started getting crazy when the music started syncing with Chappelle's show. I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck to think anymore, man. I don't know. Don't fucking ask me anything. I don't know. Why is it working? I don't know.
Oh shit, man, that's beautiful. Y'all always try to invite me to that, man. Shout out to Ashley Guzman for
Shout
trying to
out to
open my.
Ashley.
Actually, yeah.
She's like, my G, you need to open your third eye.
That's him, her, and Scam. Goddamn.
Yeah, bro, like it got to a point to where like y'all motherfuckers be having barbecues and I don't eat none of the food. I'm just like, I'm cool.
It's an outside. Can't trust that outside
I'm like,
barbecue.
I see fucking shout out to Mescachado. I be seeing him on the grill. I'm like, I'm straight.
Who up?
I'm straight. It'd be like, I don't know about Chano and what he might throw on there. Like everybody
Shout
like.
out. Shout out to the Chan man.
For real, man. Shout out to Chato, man. Shout out to T Brad.
Chato.
Shout out to the whole LVD camp. Any expecting projects coming in the future?
Man, a lot of them, bro. I'd rather let y'all like, you know what I mean, be surprised by them. I don't want to say what's coming out or what's this and that coming out. But I will say this.
Titles. Do we have titles for anything?
You know what I mean? I will say this in all four. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
January 23rd, you know what I mean?
Finally, there's a release date.
Shout out to Clever Dillanov, you know what I mean? One of the artists. Another extension of LVD, you know what I mean?
Can we get any exclusives as far as like how many tracks you may have produced on there that you might know?
Most of them, I'll say that.
Nice.
I should have been all of them, but you know what I mean? Like, gotta show some love to the rest of the producers, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
shout out to Risco Funk. Shout out to Musically Minded, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the producers on that project, you know, like it's gonna be some real fire.
Yeah, man.
I promise you that.
Yeah, I was telling Clever the other day. I said, bruh, off of this, that motherfucker just be posting snippets like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
like he'll post the same one
I tell you,
a million times in a month. But get this, I messaged him yesterday, and I found myself saying to myself, I was literally just going to my car, and I said, "It's you on text to this," dun, dun, dun. And I'm like, how the fuck did that just happen? So I messaged him immediately. I'm like, bro, it worked. Your marketing worked because that song hasn't even dropped yet. But I'm sitting here quoting the fucking snippets.
I didn't get it, but now I get it.
Yeah.
That's another thing about Clever. That man's a genius, man. Like, I know he be, you know what I mean, in his own world sometimes, but shit,
Yeah.
that man is a genius.
Dog,
you know
it
what I mean?
worked. I'm big on just like, I always thought that if you overpost, that may be doing too much, but
Musically Minded said prayer hands 100 emoji.
shout out
Hey,
to him.
man, shout out to Musically Minded, man. We gotta work someday, dog. You gotta hit me up.
Yeah, y'all fuck with too many mutual people. Y'all need to make
For
that
sure.
happen.
Yeah, most definitely.
Any,
man. Especially Risco. Quit bullshit.
Now that we speaking on that, any other producers that you might want to work with in the city and collaborate with?
Man, it's a lot. You know what I mean? There's a lot of producers I want to work with. You know, obviously B King, DJ Chose would be one of them. Like, I would love to work with them for sure. But as far as any off the bat, I can't really tell you. I mean, all like Sci-Fire, you know what I mean, and obviously Travis. Like,
Yeah.
straight up.
Shit, it'll get there, man. You're on you're definitely on the path for it. You're on the path for it, and it'll get there. I think that continue grinding and all that shit. But what you're doing right now, man, I hope that you don't have to be satisfied per se, because you can do. I just hope that you can be able to look at this time right now and appreciate it for what it is. Because where I saw you start at and where you're doing now.
Because to be honest, I'm satisfied. I just can't get comfortable.
Exactly.
Most
You
definitely.
know what I mean? Like, I'm satisfied with all the people that I meet, all the people I'm around, and there's nothing but good energy and good vibes and good ideas, and you know what I mean? Like, we always look out for each other, and that's what matters, you know what I mean?
Man, I went from calling you a hidden gem to you having your own special on Hustletown Network.
I know, right?
Man, that was a great night, dog.
To be honest, bro, I'm still a hidden gem.
You think so? Well, in a way, I get what you're saying.
I'm still in the North. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
But the work speaks for itself, man. I was super happy that night you got your own special because, like, I know we crack jokes all the time and we bullshit, you know what I'm saying? Off air, by the way, guys, me and Slow be shooting this shit and be talking down on each other like a motherfucker in a joking way. But man, just to give you your flowers right now, man, when I was there that night, bro, that was super cool because like I literally went from calling this guy a hidden gem, which he still feels like he is, and that's fine. But like having your own special and all that, bro, and you watching artists that you rocked with and fucked with, and now they're being able to share the platform with you, bro. Like,
For sure.
how does that feel, man, when you get moments like that?
It's a very humbling, very like good feeling. You know what I mean? Like I can never get ahead of myself and say, yeah, I did this, I did that for so and so. But I mean, that's not why like I did it out of love because I love the craft, I love the music, I love the shit that we do. You know what I mean? Like I vibe with the people that I work with. And I don't know. That's what matters to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like fucking with people who genuine people and making good music. You know?
Yeah, and you're big on that, bro. I remember one time you had invited me to the studio session. Shout out to Royal Ashley. You had invited me to one of her studio sessions, and ESG was gonna be there.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, because I don't know. I seen how it is behind the scenes, and I seen how artists can do too much, or they may fuck up the moment for the person that invited them. You know what I'm saying? Your entourage will fuck up a lot of good things for you.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I was gonna do that, but I didn't want to put you in that position because I wanted that to be about you.
But whenever I invited you, like I already knew I had a feeling like, man, like since you said that he heard your music, you was fucking with it. Like he took the time off for like, oh, what's this nigga doing? Like nigga jams, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just like, man, like pull up. And you came through it, and shit, ESG showed you mad love, you know what I mean?
But what was crazy was that it's the fact that I had told you, I had said, look, man, not that I would fuck up your moment, but I was like, I don't want to take away your moment of meeting him and linking up and
Not at
whatnot.
all.
And the first thing you said was, nah, fuck that, bro. You gang, pull up. I was like, you sure? I don't want to like
Not at
pull
all,
up.
man.
And I was like, damn. So I pulled up, and that was such a cool moment, man, because like you being that cool gave me a moment to where ESG walked around the room, and when he seen me, remember, like when he seen me, he kind of like paused for a second. He was just like, "Hey man, you that Mexican that go hard." My bad, that's probably a terrible ESG fucking impersonation. He's like,
It was.
because
You that Mexican that go hard.
not
that Mexican that go
he
hard.
from Louisiana, so like he kind of like has that was my best like Louisiana accent, by the way. He was like, yeah, you kind of go hard, man. He was like, God damn, man. So I had already got up because I didn't want to like sit down and shake his hand, so I had got up. I was like, oh, gee, you remember? He's like, yeah, man, you that Mexican that wrecked it at that one bar. Yeah, hey. And then I think he asked Ashley. He said he asked the Royal Ashley, be like, hey, he gonna be on the track? And I sound like DMX. Is he gonna be on the track? I'm just gonna do normal voice, but he was like, "Yo, is he gonna be on the track?"
That's how you should have fucking started,
You
bro.
should have started.
ESG, I'm sorry.
You're a better rapper and podcaster than you are an impressionist.
Yes. Oh God.
Shout out to ESG. Got
Yeah,
me on the
man.
podcast one time.
But it's the fact that you put people in that position to have that moment. So I thank you for that, and I'm pretty sure other people around you are super appreciative because that's the type of person you are.
Yeah, man.
You know, you literally told me, "Nah, bro, you gang, pull up, fuck all that other shit." I was like,
Yeah,
"All right,
man.
cool."
Yeah, man. Always put my people on, dog. No matter what. Like if you fuck with me, like I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
How do you manage to remain cool in situations where, like, we're in the studio and ESG, you hear him on your beat wrecking that hoe?
I mean, cause I know how like I guess artists are. Well, certain artists, like they feel like they're at a certain status. Like I know a lot of them don't like to be fucked with. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, cause there's some that like the attention, but me, like, I don't want to be that nigga that's gonna be like, oh, like, dick riding or some shit. Like that's just not me. Like, you know, like I just here to do a job, and that's pretty much it, which is producing the record. You know what I'm saying? But like, I ain't like to be like all in his face and be like, hey man, like I fuck with your shit. I've been a fan since I was like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, I don't want to be all extra.
And I think they kind of already know that. If you're from Houston, you should, you know,
Yeah,
they
you
should
know what I
already
mean?
know that.
Right.
Yeah.
Play cool.
I mean, it's a good feeling. You
They
know,
could
'cause I
probably
remember
also-
growing up listening to his music, so it's like,
They can see it in your eyes too.
yeah, they see.
They can see it. Like that's with anybody. Like, oh, this guy's a fan. I like you can tell when a motherfucker's a fan first type shit.
Yeah, because I ain't allowed. I'm a big fan of SUC, of ESG, of all the G's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that type of knowledge opens up that door. Like you not know what they're looking for, but you have like the prerequisite like knowledge to put something on wag like that they can ride with.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah.
And when you actually, but what's crazy is that.
What he said.
Well, it wasn't a question. It was a statement. It was just a statement.
Right.
My bad.
Are you right? Yeah.
But here's the cool part is that let's manifest something. Like when you actually get like, you know what I'm saying, like deeper relationships with these big artists and whatnot, you'll actually will have that one-on-one time in the studio like you have with me and your other homies where you actually like, you know what I'm saying, just have that one-on-one and you give your flowers or whatever. So, you know, maybe you can suppress that for a certain time because you will get to that point to where
Yeah,
these artists are literally your homies and you can be like, hey man, I never told you this before, but you know,
eventually it will happen. You know what I mean? I don't force anything. Like I just, you know what I mean, spread good vibes and that's it. Like if they notice that, they see that, like they fuck with me, like that's cool. But they don't. Like I'm not gonna be like all like it is what it is. On to the next. You know what I'm saying? Like to be honest, because I also heard like another thing too, like. With certain people, they say never get too close to people you idolize because you start to see, you know what I mean, the type of people they really are.
yeah.
I'm not saying anything about like the people I
yeah,
met,
yeah.
but I'm just saying like in general too.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that kind of like kept me from, you know what I mean,
Being
like,
maybe a little extra.
pushing, yeah, you know what I mean, pushing the extra like, hey man, like I fuck with your music, you know what I mean, and find out like they'll, you know what I mean, on some other shit like.
Well, fuck you then, punk.
You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is, bro. Because like, you know what I mean? People's personalities and their state and their entertainer personalities are completely different. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
You're drinking Heineken right now.
Yeah, it's good too. Yeah.
Would you be honest? Be honest. And I know you might let the North side down with this one, but you got to be honest. White Claw or Heineken? And don't lie to be tough.
Nah,
No curating here.
to be honest, like I always been a beer drinker, and sometimes beer gets tiring to drink. So sometimes you want to try some different shit. You know what I mean? I mean, me, I like Heineken. Heineken is good.
Say White Claw. Just say it.
Just say it. You
But
know,
White Claw is also good.
I liked what he did with the audio. That shit was funny.
But White Claw is also good.
You have a specific flavor that you like? Because I look, be honest. Who put you onto the White Claw?
You know what I mean? The one at the Rose in Rosenberg.
That's right. I put the
You're
North
running
side.
out of horns to
Outside
tooth, bro.
Rosenberg,
Like,
I'm talking about.
I thought you were gonna say me.
Now I'm gonna upgrade. Upgrade your
Actually,
game.
this guy too. You know what I mean?
I'm not the only one that brings White Claws, and that was
Pour some vodka in it.
really. This both of y'all really did.
Elevate
Y'all brought the White
next
Claw
level.
around me.
Pour it in a glass. Put some vodka in it. A White Claw plus, basically. Add free White Claw.
God, that sounds dangerous.
It is. It is. That's what
You ever tried Four Loko mixed with tequila?
oh my God.
I can't say that I have, but I've had original Four Loko, so I feel like I have.
Yeah.
With tequila?
Yeah.
Nah, I never tried that, but I just want to say that.
Bro, I drunk 2 Four Locos here on like our 5th episode. and I was like,
I drank 2 Four Locos and I got into a fight with my pops, so you know it's pretty bad. Like
Shit.
a long time ago, yeah.
When's the last time everyone got into a fight?
Oh my God.
Well, last time I got into a fight,
Everybody, yeah. Physical
with my
fight.
pops looking ass.
Yeah.
That was the last time. I ain't gonna lie.
Probably my
It
brother.
wasn't like really a
brother.
fight. It was just like
Well, yeah.
Two
like
Four
an
Locos
actual
deep
fight.
fight.
Yeah, probably 4th grade.
Oh, yeah, with Malice? Yeah.
Probably fifth.
Yeah, Malice is
Nah,
different.
not fifth. Nah, I remember middle
I
school. I
don't
got
fight.
into a
I
fight.
ain't got time to be fighting. Pissed
I
it off
don't
my
either,
boxes.
but
No,
you know,
I got into a few
niggas
fights in high
testy,
school,
bro.
but-
You got, you know what I mean. Show them that you ain't no hoe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it
I mean,
is.
getting into a fight when you're an adult, it's a whole different story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like in high school,
I
middle
fought more of
Like,
my
I'm too
friends
grown
as
to
an
be
adult.
doing this extra shit. Like that shit childish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then again, but motherfuckers, they just be like testing you, bro. And you gotta
You ever?
Ain't gonna be no
put it in
bitch.
place.
I gotta ask this. As an engineer, you ever dealt with an artist that is like getting on your nerves in the session? You ain't gotta say no names, but you ever
Unless
felt
you
like
want to.
That's basically what I was trying to ask you.
Bless, nah, fucking.
You ever
nah.
wanted to slide somebody or thought about it in your head? It was like, man, I want to slide this motherfucker right now. He is
I never
being
thought
so
about.
annoying.
I never thought about. Well, I mean, ain't gonna lie. There's people who piss me off, bro, and
Me?
I'm like, I'm just doing my job. I gotta make this money. You know what I mean? But then again, like,
Your hour's running out, bro. You better get your attitude right.
Nah, not lady. I mean, I have friends that kind of like piss me off, but I piss them off too. So we just like, you know what I mean? Yeah, we just like fuck with each other. We just joke around and shit. But as far as anybody who like try to do some shit, I mean, sometimes where niggas trying to like home me like on some payments, be like, nah, man, like only got this much, and I'll be like, all right, cool, just give me the money, and then I'll just fucking send you an unmixed version.
You've actually told somebody that?
I mean,
I'll send you.
I mean,
I'll
there's
send you.
times where like I'm like, all right, cool, bet, just give me the money, and I'll just send you that one song. I won't send you the other song.
You got 70% of the money. I got 70% of the work for you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just what it is, though. Like you can't hold me like that. You know what I mean?
most
Just,
definitely.
like, cause if you do that shit to fucking McDonald's or fucking Walmart,
I ain't gonna give you the food.
it's gonna be an issue. You know what I mean? Like, So what's the fucking makes this with me doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like I run a business too, just like everybody else. Like them.
I've been in the studio where the session before us has done this, and we were the session after. And it's so fucking weird because it's like, bro, not only do we have the money, we're gonna give it to you right now because we just heard what the fuck you just went through with this. I don't want to put anyone, but with this person. So I know we just did fucking 4 hours, but I got like 2.5 hours worth of money. Like, that's not how this works. It's really not how this works.
Nah, man, it don't, bro.
Yeah. We all got bills, man.
Get the game fucked up, like you know what I mean. Like if you don't got money to pay for the bill, then go to somebody doing a $20 hour fucking studio. Then don't go to me because I charge $50 an hour. Like, you know what I mean? Fuck all the bullshit. Like,
In case anybody was wondering, 50 an hour.
I love when Slow gets in this mode because it's funny. This is actually him turning up.
Look at us.
If you go on social media, you might find Slow talking down on people. Be like, these rappers be talking about throwing their money. They be this money, that, and they be at the strip club, but then they ain't trying to pay for this fucking.
Soon as they get to the
gets
studio,
frustrating, dog, because he because they be talking about it's pocket watching and shit, but I ain't pocket watching nothing. Like you basically throwing my payment to like other bitches that don't give a damn about you or like some other bullshit. You know
So it's
what
like I care about you.
like, yeah, I do. I care about you and your music. You know what I mean? So the least you could do is care about my prices and my work. You know what I mean? But if you don't, then fuck you then.
Yo. And FYI, guys, shout out to Chano. Chano's real good at going to the strip club and taking care of you at the same time.
Nah. Shout out to Chano, bro. He pays on time.
I only mentioned him because he's a member of LVD that's frequent at the strip club.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But the thing about Chano, like he's always been legit with me, bro. Like that nigga's a bro.
He's a bro.
He's a bro. He's not a bro. He's a bro.
Yo,
That's
man.
my brother.
Yo, so real quick, man, before we bring this to an end, we're actually it's gonna be tight, man. After the show's over, we're gonna post it separately. Not tonight, but whenever we do put the final version of this episode out, Slow and Skooma are actually gonna make a beat right now. I was actually kind of iffy on it, but Slow was like, bruh, are you trying to underestimate me? I was like, all right, fuck it. You want to make a beat in 10 minutes? Cool. So they're gonna make a beat, and we got Young Bless in the building. He's actually going to bless us with some bars over that beat. And it's going to go down. But
Mark got out of rapping again.
You
Mark got out of rapping one more time.
got
man.
Young Bless. He's going to bless us.
Yeah.
Yo, man. Yo, so
It's only a matter of time before we get this motherfucker to rap on this podcast.
it's going to go down, believe me. It's going to go down. It's going to happen. It's going to be one of the best fucking flows on the Flow series, believe
You know what
that.
I'm talking about?
He going to have his chain, going to pull the boots.
Yeah, he's been riding this hoe for 3 months.
Yeah.
All my life.
It's going to be a 10-minute fucking verse.
Yeah.
He going to have me carrying the smoke machine.
At this point, it's not a freestyle; it's a fucking performance.
I'm gonna have Mo doing an impersonation of Funk Flex.
Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Houston, we here.
And I'll just whisper every 6th word you say.
Yeah. And I'm gonna act like I'm like it's nothing. I'm gonna be like, oh, I could do this all night, bro. I could do this all night. Play another one. Nah, man. But yo, before we go, man, final thoughts real quick. I want to get them Slow. From here on, like, or better yet, my bad. I fucked that up. Yo, what do you see? What's in the future for Slow Life, man?
Man, a whole bunch of motherfucking projects. You know
Yeah.
what
What's
I
up,
mean?
man?
All produced by your boy, you know what I mean? Especially what these two guys right next to me. You know what I mean? And also
I don't rap, bro.
boy over there.
Oh, you're talking about Mark? Okay, my bad.
Got you. We gonna work on tape too. Like, yeah, man, we got a whole bunch of projects, man, and I'm real excited for them. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be history. You know
That's
what
what's
I mean?
up, bro.
I'm outside Rosenberg. You know what I'm talking about?
Any manifestations you want to throw out there?
Yeah, man. One day I'm gonna produce a track for Travis Scott and A$AP Rocky.
Beautiful, man. I love
Wow.
it.
One day.
Don't forget your socials
One
plug.
day.
Oh yeah, plug in your social
Where
media.
can they find you?
Yeah, I mean, you can hit me up on Instagram, slowlife713. You know what I mean? That's about it. Or my Cash App, you can.
Fuck it, throw that out there too.
If you're trying to get some beats, fuck with me. You know what I mean? I'm doing the lease for 120, exclusive rights, 500. You know, if you want some studio time, I include it with the exclusive rights. You know what I'm saying? With the beat. You know what I mean? And if you just want studio time only, where I just record you, no beat, I do 50 an hour. You know what I mean? Vocal me, mix and master, all that shit.
Beautiful, man. Skooma, what's in the future for you, man?
Shit, I'm gonna put out some bass music. I'm gonna make some beats too. Get some placements.
Hell yeah.
Just keep upping my game in production and keep trying to get better.
That's dope, man. Anything that you want to manifest that you might want to throw out there?
Shit, I wanna play a festival. That's what I want to do.
Beautiful,
That'd be
man.
dope, man.
Shit, Houston. Well, hopefully COVID will get its act together, or the people get their act together, so that way we can be able to have.
Don't you
that.
blame the disease, motherfucker. It's the people.
Yeah,
the people.
my bad. The people get their act together. That way you can be able to do that because Houston has a lot of festivals going on outside of COVID, of course. So, yeah,
Where can they find you? What social media?
My Instagram, Skoomabeats. My Twitter,
Spell it.
SKOOMABEATS.
We got the beats.
Beats, yeah,
Is it
y'all know-
BEET?
What an ass, bitch.
With
y'all
a
know how to
Z.
spell it.
Okay.
That's pretty much the main one I use, to be honest.
Got you, bro. Got you.
That's beautiful, man. Hey, it's been a fun time hanging out with Slow Life and Skooma.
Northside in the building.
Northside in the building,
Northside.
man.
Now feast. No talking about.
Tap in for sure. Tap in with them. Yo, this is the Overthinkers podcast. Hashtag the
The
OT.
OT.
Well, we gotta
OT.
ask ourselves: did we think too much or not? Look, fuck that.
He fucked up the catchphrase.
Damn, we
Oh yeah.
we got to start the podcast over. Start it from the beginning.
Hey,
Yo.
you gotta put the theme song on this one though.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yo,
yeah.
yo, real quick. Yo,
Oh yeah.
Slow
Yeah, how
Life
can
made
we
our
forget
theme
that?
song. I am so sorry.
Wow.
Yo.
Wow.
So-
And sure enough, I thought he would have
Wow.
took the horn on that.
Oh,
motherfucker.
God.
Mark ran out of horn
I'm
toots, you
terrible.
fuck.
Yo,
Slow, he really don't fuck with you. It's me,
shit.
bro.
I'm sorry.
I'm Mark the Pro.
That was,
Hey,
hey,
I gotta start producing for you.
I don't know.
now.
I don't know. About, I don't know about the lyrics, but the beats of that hoe. Bang.
Yeah.
Yo, so look, okay. Slow made the theme song to the Overthinkers podcast. So
Yeah.
if you're listening, we have it playing on our Spotify and all that. I need a.
We need to play it on here, bro.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Oh, wow.
So like, so
Overthinkers
so
podcast.
you can hear it anywhere that you stream us outside of YouTube because we still gonna need to make our YouTube intro, and with that we'll add the song in there.
Bet.
But right now, if you're listening on Spotify and all that, our intro song was produced by Slow Life.
Created by this guy.
No,
Yeah,
talking about,
man.
I'm talking about.
And shout out to Slow for getting that done for
Fat
me, man.
Mexican nigga.
You know, yo, for real, man. Shout out to Slow. Once again, y'all, this was the Overthinkers podcast.
The Overthinkers.
Hashtag the OT.
The
Where we gotta
OT.
ask ourselves, did we think too much about it
Or
or
not
not enough
enough
about
about
it?
it.
I was here with my co-host.
DJ, Mo
Kinda
CD. You feel me?
Yeah, man. And Carlos was in the cut as usual.
Hey,
Know what I'm talking about?
shout out my homeboy R.I.P. Brody Lee, wrestler, passed away at
Oh,
40,
yeah, I
41
seen
years
that,
old.
man. R.I.P.,
Young
man.
guy.
I seen
He
that.
worked too hard for he got his due there at the end though. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. That's all I want to say.
Rest in
most
peace,
definitely.
man. Rest in peace, Brody Lee. Happy birthday, Pimp C.
Happy
The
birthday,
pimp.
pimp.
And rest in peace, Pimp C. Thank you very much for your contribution. Everybody in this room right now has been inspired and motivated by you to do what we do on a day-to-day basis.
Most
So
definitely.
thank you very much.
See y'all next year.
See y'all next
Oh
year.
yeah. Y'all have a good new year. See y'all next year, man.
100. Thank you.
100.
Yeah,
All right.
that was good, man.
On the set cut, I gotta take a piss.
I got you.